Hey folks, this is a super quick video just to show off a new tool that's been put out by Ezoic, which is free to the public, called the Niche Index Report. To access the tool, you just got to input your name and email address, and then they'll open up some of their proprietary data, which they've got a fantastic data set that they share with their customers. And they'll give access to a certain portion of that for free, so you can access and see how certain sort of niches perform over time, and also see different ad performance over certain countries. To find the tool, you just come to nicheindex.ezoic.com, enter your name and email and press unlock data, and then it'll take you straight into the Niche Index report. Now, I asked ChatGPT what the benefit of an index was, and it suggested that a statistical index summary is a measure that provides information about the numerical values or trends within a dataset. It's designed to simplify complex datasets and make them more understandable and interpretable. And also, what's good about them, makes them comparable across different things which don't have the same measurements necessarily. So it makes it possible for us to look at how one niche compares to another, even though the specific EPMVs might be all over the place, and also between countries. So it's a really good way of sort of neutralizing data and seeing overall trends and extrapolating those key themes out away in a more generalized sense. So really valuable in that sense. But in terms of what it looks like once you get behind the paywall, so once you enter your name and email, you'll see this message, data unlocked, thanks for subscribing. And there's two main indexes that they've made available here. So firstly, there's a country level index. This gives data from as far back to 2016, so you can see how a certain country ad index has performed over time. And then below that, if you scroll down, there's what's called the niche trends index. So you can see how ad rates are performing for certain niches and then compare that between those niches. But firstly, in terms of countries, so it's got a whole list of countries here, and it's really easy to see and confirm some of that information that we're often taught in terms of if you're creating a blog and your ads are going to be served to the Indian population, then your ad rates are likely to be a lot lower. So you can see here with the United States, relatively stable over time. We can see a lot of those traditional knowledge bombs that we know in terms of Q4 ad rates. We can see those trends take place. But if I compare United States to India, for example, we can see that India is quite a lot lower across the board. It is slowly growing over time, but overall, the Indian index is a lot lower than the US index, and we see the same trend perpetuate if we look at something like Canada or some of those other European countries. So that's a really interesting insight to see how things vary between countries. Then the other one to look at is how different niches compare to themselves and how they've performed over time. So there's a whole list of different niches here they've extracted, and it's fascinating if you see something like travel. Yes, it's had a bit of a dip since the September update, but not as much as some other things like gaming or finance. Let's have a look. Finance had a decent drop, books and literature. So it's really interesting to see how different niches have performed over the last few months. The two main benefits here are, firstly, if you're already in a niche and you want to compare how your personal ad rates are going compared to the industry at large, then you can do this and say, all right, well, I've seen a 20% drop. What's the rest of the industry seen? So it's a good way to check that. But it's also a good sort of a decision-making tool to help you decide on potentially a new niche or a new site that you're going to start. So I hope that helps. Two main benefits are, helps you sort of compare your current performance against sort of other people, and also helps you make some of those decisions in terms of considering other projects and investments you might make in the future. Hope that helps.